Happy Saturday. My mic is over here. Let me bring it closer. Good morning. Happy Saturday, everybody. Hope everybody is doing well. I am running behind, trying to get some stuff set up for the show here, but we're here. We're here. I was trying to find, we could do some shout outs today. Um, and I was drawing a blank, not drawing a blank, but it's a new channel that I want to shout out in a little while, and I was having trouble finding it, but I got it now. So hope everybody is doing well. We've got a little bit to talk about. There's a couple things going on in the last couple weeks, right? But before we do that, we'll say hello to the chat. Phil is here. I don't know. That's weird. I didn't. That's not what it was in StreamYard, but we're live. We're here. Brad is here. Good morning, Phil. Let's see, Spidey Slabs. Good morning. And we've got Gene. Good morning, Gene. Hope you're doing well. Dan is here. One of our CBC Award winners. Congrats again to Dan. And that's. I'm still getting set up here, but I appreciate everybody hanging out with us. This actually is going to be my last live stream of the year. Going to take a little bit of a break from the Saturday morning shows, kind of recharge a little bit, but I've got a couple of other things scheduled, which we'll get into today. You know, some other. I'll be hanging out with some others on YouTube throughout the end of the year. But yeah, going to take a little bit of a break. October was a very busy month between I had a Kickstarter going. We had Comics Curing Cancer. We had the CBC Awards. And so now we're in November in the holidays. So going to take a little bit of a break from the streaming, just kind of to recharge and get ready for 2026. So already started working on some plans of things I want to do next year. So give me a little time to kind of get those things in order and, get ready for next year and, spend some time with the family over the holidays too. Right. So Rich, good morning, Rich. Congrats on your CBC Awards win. Nate is here. Congrats to Nate on the wins and great job hosting. Really appreciate you and Eric and Onion. Neil, good morning, Neil. Hope you're doing well. Let me see. Scrolling. Warlord. And now, yeah. Not Instagram. YouTube. Sometimes I don't know if Warlord changed his name or is it showing a different name. Yeah. Dope. What's up, Dope? Good morning, Dope. Congrats on your win. I know Dope's, Dopetopia is not a big fan. In the world of Dopetopia, they're not a big fan of awards, but I think congrats to Dope is in order. He did his channel for me is one of my favorite channels to watch because you never know what Dope will say or what body part is going to be blown off on his channel. And two, he's always showing books that normally I don't collect, although he is doing a Spidey. He's got some Spidey books. But the pre-code horror stuff and the horror stuff is not really in my wheelhouse to collect. So always love to see stuff over on Dope's channel. Glitter and Duct Tape, good morning. Dante's here. Mike is here. Good morning. Yeah, I'm doing well. I don't have any complaints. I can't complain. But we'll get into the topics and then I'm sure I'll have stuff to complain about. But wanted to as we always do, and let me share it, shout out our channel members. I gotta reshare it. Let me do it this way. channel members, Cat Fan Comics Man, Dead Man Comics Show, Kingdom of Nerds, Ralph's Retro Comics. I always want to say Ralph. Sorry, Raphael. A Comic Book Worm, S. Vaughn 82, still only 35 cents. Matt Likes Comics and Fantastic Comics and Art. Appreciate you guys being channel members. Yeah, and we hit 2,800 subscribers recently, just this past week. So we'll be probably doing a big giveaway at 3,000. So when and if we get there, we'll definitely do that. But big shout out to the channel members. Wanted to recognize them. Yes, that's cool, and I understand that. I respect that. But why don't we talk the awards? While we've got some award winners with us. And I get that, right? I definitely get that. There are people that don't really care for the awards or don't care for, the awards in the comic book world or awards in general, which I totally get. But I thought, this year I thought it went pretty well. I like the idea of for me personally, not having the pressure to host the show. So I may have put the pressure on Nate and Eric as host. But I really appreciate them and their job that they did. And as far as I can tell, and I haven't really been seeking it out, there hasn't been too much negativity towards the awards this year. There's been a little, which there always is, right? There's always criticism when you try to do something, larger for the overall community. So I get that. This is year 5 now, so I've been through it a number of times. But yeah, for the most part, I thought it went really well. I thought the live stream, went well. We've already gotten some suggestions for next year. We'll take that back and look at it again for next year. What we can do to improve it. That's, basically what we always try to do every year. So, trophies, just to let the winners know, all of the winners, trophies have not gone out yet. I'm actually waiting. We were a little bit delayed. Typically in the time period between finalist voting closing and the award show, that's when I procure the trophies, but we switched trophies this year, so it was a little bit delayed. So I haven't actually received the final shipment of the trophies. They're scheduled to be here Tuesday or Wednesday. So once I get them in, I'll be sending them out. And we've got some extras that are going to go out. Gemini Comic Supply had donated gift cards, so all of the winners are getting a gift card from Gemini. There are actually some slabs and books that got donated, so some winners will be getting some of those. So you'll be getting a package. Hopefully, I'll be able to ship everything by Friday of this coming week. And then, so definitely before Thanksgiving here in the States, all of the United States winners. There are some international. We had a bunch of Canadian winners, Matt and Spidey in Australia. So that I'll be wrapping that up hopefully by Friday, get everything out. And then depending on where you live, hopefully you'll have it just in a couple days here in the States. And then the international winners obviously would take a little bit longer. So, yeah. I think, obviously being, for it's tough. It's a tricky thing. And the way I try to justify, you only have one winner, but I think of all of the finalists and all of the nominees, being recognized by others in the community, by peers in the community. I think that's a win, regardless if you actually win at the end of it. I think, for somebody to take the time to nominate you and vote for you. And the thing to keep in mind too, the finalist voting, I think the lowest amount of votes that any single category got was somewhere between 8 and 900. And so even people that didn't win are getting, 150, 175 votes in a particular category. And so you have 150, 175 people think that you're the best in that category. Although you may not win, I still think you should be proud of that accomplishment, that there are, 150, 175 people out there that really like your channel and think you're worthy of winning. So I know it's a consolation prize, when you don't win, but that's the way I try to look at it. And I'm not even involved, right? I'm not in the running to be nominated or a finalist. So, but that's the way I try to look at it. So yeah, that was really the idea behind the awards, is really to celebrate the community. And yeah, and so yeah, and that's the way I think of it, as like you said, less of a competition and more of, look at these channels. Let's highlight some of the channels that maybe people don't know about. And so, hopefully that does that. I think sometimes people forget that because they get wrapped up in the competition side of it. And I know I can be very competitive in things. I certainly like to win, whether it's, I fantasy football, I do a bunch of other things, any type of competition, right? Um, you don't want to lose. So I get that. I get that feeling from people. So um the Spidey Scholar is here. Check out the Spidey Scholar. Got a very good channel, informative channel on all things Spider-Man. Joe is here. Good morning, Joe. Bryant is here. Good morning. I have comic issues. Bryant, check him out. He does a morning like news update of stuff happening in the larger comic book world. Definitely check it out. He has I think it's pretty much, I know it's Monday through Friday, and I think he does it on Saturday and Sunday as well. So definitely go check it out. Um, Cat fan is here. Good morning. Thank you, Joe. Yeah, you're welcome. I like I said, I hope that most people feel that way, win or lose, that they, feel um recognized, right? Let's see, just catching up on the chat. Everybody's saying good morning to everybody. Yeah, so Bryant did confirm 7 days a week. I kind of fall off on the weekends a little bit with so my Monday through Friday job is, I'm at a computer most days on phone calls, conference calls, things like that. And so I have a lot of time where I'm sitting at a computer where I can run content in the background, kind of listening in. So, but my viewing kind of drops off on the weekends because whatever I'm doing, running errands, doing stuff around the house. So, um, yeah, so I wasn't sure if you were 7 days a week or not. John is here. Good morning. Where did I miss them? Miss them. There he is. JSS Brooklyn. Congrats on your win. And yeah, like I mentioned, JSS, all of the winners will be getting trophies out hopefully by the end of this week. So, and I'll confirm, I'll send tracking information, that kind of thing, so everybody gets that information. They can see it, so they know they can expect the package in the mail. So, a little sip from my beverage. But the next thing I wanted to mention, but yeah, Comic Book Community Awards. Like I said, overall a great experience this year. Really looking, I definitely have peaks and valleys with the awards. When at times, but obviously having the awards and everybody being excited about winning and things like that really kind of propel me into, oh no, I got to do this again next year. So, um, certainly excited to be doing that again next year. So, all right. So we're kind of out of order here, but let's talk a little. We'll go out of order. We'll do comics curing cancer because I had this kind of queued up. Wanted to let's see, remove that and add that. Shout out to Comics Curing Cancer event. This is the total of just a couple minutes ago, 65,160, which is amazing, right? Well over their goal of 55,000. And I think I heard from maybe Rob or somebody mentioned, one of the Comics Curing Cancer crew mentioned that they expect that they're going to hit maybe 70,000. I think maybe there's some outside donations that have not come in yet. So big congrats again to the C3 crew, Rob, DJ, and Mark. But I wanted to mention and highlight um, the other shows, right? The other shows throughout the weekend, myself included. I'm not sure if you're if everybody's aware that those shows basically, put prizes and things together to help drive donations, which are coming out of their pocket. And then they ship all of that. The winners get shipped out. So there's more money that's coming out of their pocket. And then in most cases, like myself, we're donating, we're bidding on items or donating on other shows as well. And so there's a, I just wanted to kind of recognize all of those individual shows outside of what Rob and DJ and Mark do. All of those individual shows are, dipping into their own pockets to bring in prizes and then other donations, right? Christina Payne did a big the heart campaign. So she got those hearts and she was mailing them out, and or they were, I guess they were getting sent ultimately to Rob. But so there's people that do that. And one of the big highlights for me, I watched a number of the streams, not all of the C3 streams. MJ Comics did a really great job with Mark Spears. That was on a Friday afternoon, so I was able to watch that entire stream. So if you didn't get a chance to go see that, I would go check out the replay of it, because it was just a great interview with Mark Spears. Now, I'm not a big horror fan, per se, and obviously aware of all of the things that Mark Spears is doing, but I really don't collect his books because it's really not what I collect. But seeing his interview and the type of person that he is and some of the things that he did mention in that stream, is I'm certainly a Mark Spears supporter now. Really thought he did a nice job. Thought MJ Comics James did a great interview with him. So definitely go check that out. But wanted to highlight all of the C3 channels, like I said, outside of the main group, because they did, like I said, I really felt like they did a great job. Very generous, donations, pulling at it, like I said, reaching into their own pocket to put prizes and things out together for the C3 weekend. So I thought that was, I thought they did a really good job. So I wanted to highlight that. So congrats to everybody involved, and then obviously to the larger community for donating all of that money. Let's see. I know I saw a few others join us. Catch up on the chat. Let's see. Bruno's upset. That's you don't want Bruno. You don't want Bruno upset. So I don't know, Neil. I forget. I'd have to go back and take a look at the list. The list is pretty long. So Cody's here. Good morning, Cody. Let me see. Make sure I'm not missing anything. That's it. Yeah, that's awesome. That's what really kind of it's good to hear, and that kind of keeps me going when people are throwing rocks at the awards. That I like to hear that people are finding other channels, subscribing to other channels. That's great stuff. Yeah, I don't know if that's been on the list, right? I don't know if that is on the list. We've got a few other category ideas. Uh-oh. Gene is throwing out. Everybody's jumping in on the tattoo challenge for comics curing cancer. Let's see, Canadian survivalist. Good morning. Naman's here. Comic bookworm. And big shout out to Naman too. I forgot to mention with my C3 stream. Naman came on, Geek Out for Roscoe, and Adam up in Adam Comics, who all did some drawings, some sketch card drawings during the live stream. So really appreciated them coming on. Naman did a great Superman card for Christina Payne. So check that out. He posted that up on Instagram. So that was done really well. Let's see. Making sure I'm not missing anything in the chat. Everybody's saying good morning. Yeah. So C3, CBC Awards, yeah, pretty much wrapped up. So now we're, like I said, we're kind of getting into StreamYard is being weird. Getting into all right. Shout outs. I've got some shout outs I wanted to do. Now I gotta share the screen. That's the one thing I don't like about that I think StreamYard needs to improve is if you want to share multiple screens, you can't easily do that. You can only share one at a time. So it takes you a little while to go find it. But I wanted to shout out the amazing Spidey Slabs. So, and I'll drop the link. New channel. And we're going to be doing a live stream at the end of this month, the 29th, Saturday night stream, talking my favorite topic, Spider-Man. I'll drop the link in the chat. So definitely go sub him up. He's been showing off some Spider-Man slabs and some reviews, starting with ASM 1, Amazing Spider-Man 1. So definitely go sub him up. Only at 23 subs. So let's see. I think we already have the live. Yeah, there's the live stream scheduled. The 29th at 10 p.m. I think we're actually going to be doing it at 9 p.m. I don't know. It's Saturday night the 29th. Come hang out with us. But definitely go sub up the amazing Spidey Slabs. It's already, like I said, got some great content on there, showing off some slabs, some Spidey slabs, and some reviews of some of the early ASM books. So definitely go check that out. All right. Yeah, that's one of the things that I'm going to definitely do over the little bit of a break is kind of look at maybe OBS and or even was it Restream? Is Restream one of the other ones that I think a lot of people are using? So I've kind of been stuck on StreamYard since the beginning, and very they're expensive. So it's StreamYard is expensive. Like the plan I have, I think is like $45 a month. So definitely going to be looking at some other possibilities for next year. Are you doing a second volume of in 2026 of Damsels and the Doctor update? So yeah, I would like to do another Damsels of Halloween and Horror for next year. Just got to kind of look at the timing of it because I crammed a lot of stuff into October between C3, the Comic Book Community Awards, and the Kickstarter. So I just have to look at the timing. I'd like to do it again, but I just don't want to overload September and October. So I got to look at the schedule. But yeah, the plan is yes at this point, unless something dramatically changes. And then the Doctor, issue 3. I actually just talked with the artist. He's continuing to work on the Doctor issue 3. He's got, I think, I'm trying to remember. I think 10 pages done, completely done. And then he sketched another 6 or 7 pages, kind of rough outlines. So it's in progress. The goal is to have the artwork complete by the end of the year, and then we'll probably do a Kickstarter early next year for issue 3. So looking forward to it. Looking forward to, I mean, the artwork, the way the artist is laying out the panels is just, it looks amazing. So I'm excited to kind of show that off once it's ready. So yes. Yeah, Joe. Yeah. And here we go. Oh, yes. I forgot to I forgot to update the member list. My apologies. That's right. And Spidey Slabs was just a recent new member. So thank you for that. But forgot to update my member slide, which I will do. Yeah, I got to look into that. The Black Friday. I definitely want to try to check out some of the other Restream and a couple of the other things to see if it's worth using. Yeah, I mean that's the one thing I know initially when I researched OBS that it was a little yeah, a little bit less user friendly. Let's put it that way. All right, so let's remove that, and then let's share another shout out. Where is it? This is, yeah, you got to stop sharing the other one and then grab a new one. Let's see. So I wanted to shout out Mr. Geek Outlet Roscoe because he is back. His Monday night show is back, and Phil is co-hosting. So Drawn to You is their new art stream that they do Monday night. So if you remember, it's probably been what 6-8 months, if not longer. They had Between the Lines, and that used to be hosted with TM Nerdy, and then Phil filled in for a while. But now Roscoe is coming back to Monday nights with a brand new show, Drawn to You. Is co-hosting from the Treehouse, I see. And I actually missed this stream Monday night because this was the first one, and totally kind of missed it on my Monday night radar. So definitely go check out Roscoe and Phil at Roscoe's channel Monday nights 8:30 p.m. Eastern. And Roscoe has Drawn to You on Instagram, and that is the account where if you do any drawing at home, you can submit your artwork there. So definitely go check it out. Definitely go, check out Roscoe and the new show. No, that is definitely not me in the Spidey mask. Yeah. Like I said, Phil, I saw Roscoe post about it, and then it just kind of totally slipped my mind. I'm like, oh no, Roscoe, because there used to be a Monday night lineup where you had like S. Vaughn at 7. He used to do his show, a live stream, and then you had you guys at 8:30. You had 22 Comics at 9. I think Izzy used to be live at maybe 6. There was a whole Monday night lineup, and it kind of some things got changed, but it looks like we're trying to get the band back together again. So, yeah, definitely go check out the Monday night show. And I know, just it's always great to see the different interpretations of the topic and the artwork that people do, whether it's from the at home or what Roscoe's drawing or the guest is drawing. So, definitely. Let's see. Oh, Vogs. All right, Vogs is their next guest. Very nice. Cool. Yeah. So wanted to recognize, that Roscoe is back with his drawing show. And let's get to our next. Did I? No, I didn't. So AWO Comics. This is one of my favorite channels to watch just because it is a father and his 2 sons talking comics, hanging out. You definitely got to go check out it. And AWO stands for Anthony, Willie, and Owen. So Anthony's the dad, Willie's the older son, Owen is the younger son. So it's for me, seeing the family involved and a dad connecting with his kids and just enjoying comic books. You definitely got to go check them out. So they already they just recently hit 1,000 subscribers, but their content is, criminally underviewed. So definitely go check them out. AWO Comics, like I said, one of my favorite new channels to watch. They've been less than a year. They were nominated this year. They were a finalist in the best new channel in the CBC Awards. But just as a dad of three kids, and my kids are older, out of the house now, in their 20s. It's good to see some young kids hanging out with their dad and enjoying comics. So definitely go check that out. Let me see. This catching up. JSS dropping the link. Thank you, sir. Damien, good morning. All right, we've got some guys subbing up. Casino's here. Mike, good morning. All right, already subbed. Good. Like to see it. And then let's do this again. StreamYard. Let's see. Share screen. And our last shout out is a brand new channel. So Mr. Groovy, only at 19 subs, recently just posted kind of a video of what to expect on his channel. Got that. And just actually did an interview with another comic book collector. So go check out Mr. McGroovy. Like I said, brand new channel. Paul is the owner, and definitely need to go check that out. Go sub him up. He's looking for other community members to interview. So if you're interested in being interviewed, you can reach out. He's out on Instagram as well. So definitely go check out Mr. McGroovy. Got to watch, and his first interview was with just somebody he kind of who's really, I don't think has their own YouTube channel, but is a big collector that he ran into at, I think, a show or a convention or store, and he started chatting with him, and he had him come on and do an interview. So definitely go check him out. Bleeker's here. Good morning, Bleeker. Hope you are doing well. Joffrey's here. Good morning, Joffrey. Appreciate you being here. Everybody's saying good morning to everybody who just jumped in. There we go. JSS dropping the link. Thank you. So yeah, go sub them up. Go check them out. Let's see. Terry's here. Good afternoon, Terry. Hope you're doing well. Terry was live yesterday afternoon. Got to catch him for a little bit. So yeah, those were the shout outs. The Amazing Spidey Slabs, Mr. McGroovy, AWO Comics, and then Drawn to You, Roscoe and Phil's new Monday night stream, art stream. So definitely go check those channels and those shows out. All right, everybody's subbing up. There's MJ. I didn't have the chance. I know MJ did an interview yesterday with Rock and Robbie Live, pop culture philosophers. Robbie, I definitely want to go check that out. I was out and about yesterday evening, so didn't get a chance to watch it, but have it queued up to watch the replay of it. So looking forward to seeing that, because MJ does such a great job with interviews and talking with people. And like I said, I mentioned MJ's Comics Cure and Cancer stream with Mark Spears. Definitely need to go check that out if you haven't seen that. Yeah, I want to kind of get back to doing the shout outs. We used to do those pretty regularly, and we kind of got away from it. So I want to kind of get back to new channels that I'm interested, that I've found or I'm watching. I definitely want to share. So JSS dropping MJ's link. Yeah, so members, shout out, CBC Awards, Comics Cure and Cancer, and then just some recent books. Let's show off some comics on Saturday Morning Comics. So I actually had a giveaway win recently from Lunch Money Comics. So this was Lunch Money was a guest on Mon Comics, and he was doing a giveaway, and I was one of the lucky winners. So he sent a little prize pack with Beneath the Trees. This is the second series, but he sent a variant cover from the first series. It was like a Grateful Dead cover, and Chris Parker reached out to me and said, "Hey, I really wanted to win that cover. If that's not something you're looking to keep, let me know. Maybe we can work a trade." Because Chris had won a book as well on that stream. And so where did I do with that book? So we swapped. He sent me the book he won. I sent him the book I won, and this was the book that he sent me. So Predator #1, Dark Horse. This is the first appearance of the Predator. And for some reason, I guess it's because there's the new Predator movie out, right? Badlands. This book popped in value and price, has been on some top 10 lists. So it was just interesting timing. So we did a little giveaway win swap, and so I had this book. This was a book I think I owned at one point, and then maybe, I don't know, got rid of, sold. I didn't have it in the PC. So that was nice to pick up, and good to swap some books with Chris. And when Lunch Money reached out and said, "Hey, what else are you kind of on the hunt for?" And I sent him over some of the Spidey books that I was looking for, and he included a bunch of Spectacular Spider-Man. So this is issue number 4, newsstand. Got Vulture on the cover. So then issue 70, Cloak and Dagger. And I think I forget what issue it is. Cloak and Dagger's first appearances, I believe, in Spectacular Spider-Man. I know their first appearance was in a Spider-Man book. I'm pretty sure it was Spectacular. Issue 103. So these were just extra that Mike Lunch Money Comics threw in. So Mike, thank you so much. These are all books that I needed. This is issue 161. You got Hobgoblin and Puma on the cover. These are all books that I need for. I'm working on the volume 1 runs of all the Spider-Man. So Amazing, which will be the big beast to collect. Spectacular Spider-Man, so volume 1. So these all help me with that. Web of Spider-Man, and then Spider-Man, the Todd McFarlane series. So working on all of those volume 1 runs, when I can pick them up cheap. So this is issue 168. Got She-Hulk, Cap, Thor, bunch of different people on the cover. And then last but not least, 214. This is another Spectacular. So, yeah. So, Mike, thank you so much. 6 books that will help me. Already have them in my CLZ app. So, nice to have those on the run. Yeah, I would, like I said, Chris Parker reached out and was like, "Hey, do you mind if we?" I'm like, "Okay, I'll take the first Predator, no problem." First print. Let's see. I don't know. I didn't realize they did multiple printings. Oh no, see, you're right. Second printing. Predator #1, second printing, September 1989. Interesting. Didn't even thank you for that, Bleecker, because I had no idea. But still, I'll take a second printing. I wonder, and two, now it's got me curious. I wonder what the difference is. Was there any difference in how did they note? Was it just on the inside cover that it says second printing? Yeah, let's see. So it says on front number one, 225, $2.25 US, $2.80 Canadian. That's interesting. I had no idea. So Bleecker dropping some knowledge. Let's see. Yeah, I know it's interesting because Marvel did a lot of movie, right, books. Indiana Jones, they did a bunch of different um, movie, books back in the day. Star Wars actually too being one of them in the 70s. So um, yeah, Marvel Team Up is another one that I'm working on, right? Yeah, like button. Appreciate that. Okay, no difference, all except the inside cover. Okay. Yeah, it's pretty easy to tell too, because right in the inside cover is all of the information. You can see, I don't know if it's going to focus, but basically right down here it tells you second printing. Pretty pretty clear. So oh no. Phil's getting tickled back. Roscoe's here. We shouted Roscoe out earlier and his new Drawn to You show. Go, like I said, go check him out on his regular channel and his new IG to submit art for his show. Matt is here. Good morning, Matt. Impressed. Yeah. So that was some of the giveaway books, and then I've got my recent pickups. We're going to be doing got a review in the hopper for this next week, Monday. Amazing Spider-Man 15. I know a lot of people have been off ASM because of just some of the story writing and some of JR's artwork. People aren't crazy about, but Joe Kelly is really starting to build a universe within Amazing Spider-Man. He's doing it. He's doing a good job. I'm really starting, and I haven't read a lot of Joe Kelly in the past, but he's starting to do a good job with ASM. So if you're interested, check out my reviews, and maybe you'll jump in. You'll jump back in on the title. Izzy's here. Good morning, Izzy. Hope you're doing well. I'm sure you're probably off to something, some event, some con, something going on this weekend, I'm sure. Batman number 3. I didn't read this yet. I've enjoyed the new Chip Zdarsky written story so far. Miles Morales. I can't believe this is issue 40 already in this series. They finally gotten the last 3 or 4 issues on Miles has been back to kind of a story about Miles. There's been so many crossover events with Miles that it's really kind of hurt the title, but they're finally getting back to just Miles being home and living his life, being a young Spider-Man. So it's gotten better the last couple issues. So I know there's some people who were reading it and jumped off of that because they weren't excited about where the story was going as well. Chicago Schultze, good morning. One of our fellow fantasy football players in our league. Didn't get a chance to read this yet, but reading it this weekend. Rook Exodus is back. This is issue 8. This has been great. This has been a fun series. They did issues 1 through 6 and then took an extended break, and then just the last 2 months are back with issues 7 and 8. But this has been one of my favorite. I didn't even crack the cover on this. This has been one of my favorite Ghost Machine reads. And I'm just flipping through. The art looks amazing in this. So this is Jason Farbach is the artist. Let me make sure. Yeah. So, and that's been really good. This started out strong. Red Shirts Really fun concept of red shirts. And if you're a and I'm not a big Star Trek guy, big Star Trek fan. Star Wars is really my thing. Not so much Star Trek, but this has been pretty good. Um, it started out a lot stronger and it's kind of fizzled a little bit. But I think this is issue 4 of Red Shirts, and Izzy's on Only Slabs today. All right, so 2:30 p.m. Eastern, Only Slabs over on Rob Fatstacks. This is a 5-issue, I guess a 5-issue limited series, but it started out stronger and it's kind of fizzled a little bit. It's okay. And then I just picked up my my LCS had some leftover Trick or Read books, so pick these up. I've got some great nieces and nephews to be sending some of these books out to. I even grabbed a copy of Spidey and His Amazing Friends. I'll send them out. Oh, look at that. Maybe I'll keep that for myself. Little Spidey mask. But those were the books I picked up just this past week. I finally got a chance to read. I know a lot of people were talking about this. The storyline, Daniel Warren Johnson did this art and story. Really well done. I'm really enjoying Absolute Batman. It's right. We always say like comics are, the reason we read comics or collect is to kind of the escapism, from the real world and kind of, getting into a story. And Absolute Batman for me has been, it's out there. It's your non-traditional, Batman story. So I really like this. And there's it's a pretty, interesting topic that's going on here with some current events, maybe. And so it was, I really enjoyed it. I have enjoyed the entire series of Absolute Batman. It's just, you certainly feel like you're in a different world. So, Barry's here. Good morning, Barry. Let's see. I agree. The Amazing Spider-Man, and I think we're getting there. It's kind of it's been building. I think Joe Kelly's going to do that at some point with Spidey. He's actually kind of the current, he's off in space right now, and he's working with Rocket Raccoon, and so it's been a fun dynamic. Spidey's kind of turned into a little bit of a leader out there in space, and it's been good. But I agree, right? Like that was the first impression when I got back into reading comics. I'm like, Spider-Man is still broke and can't pay the rent, and like he's still not with anybody. Like, can we give this guy a break already? It's been, what, 62 since 1962, 60 something years that he's had the Parker luck. So, yeah, Only Slabs is really great because again, it's one of those shows where you're most likely going to see you'll probably see some books you've seen before, but there's always guests that bring on stuff that you've never seen before, or you would be surprised that they collect. So definitely worth checking out. So, Canadian Survivalist. Yeah. So what was I saw a couple people post about the ice cream mad cards, but were they like playing cards, like a regular set of playing cards, or I wasn't sure what the deal was behind them, but I saw a few people post them up on Instagram, and I've heard Ice Cream Man too from a story perspective. I guess they're kind of all self-contained stories, so they've been really good. Silver Coin is another one, kind of an anthology that I've heard has been really. A lot of people have talked about. Something I definitely want to. Silver Coin definitely is something I want to circle back, but I thought I didn't know much about Ice Cream Man. I thought it was kind of an ongoing, but like I said, I understand they're individually self-contained. Yeah, definitely. Red shirts it started out stronger. I mean, the whole concept of the red shirts is kind of funny to begin with, right? That they're basically Fleet Academy basically has people that they're willing the red shirts that they're willing to sacrifice in battle. Um, so, um, David, good morning. Yeah, so I read all of the issue ones of Absolute, all of the Superman, Wonder Woman, and Batman, and I Wonder Woman and Superman didn't kind of grab me right away, and so but Batman did, and I've stuck with Batman. And like I said, I've had it's been just a fun read, um, for sure. Spider Bum, yes, yeah. And now MJ, yeah. Let's not even talk MJ. I don't even know what's going on with her these days. There we go. Izzy's making a promise for today. Ah, okay. I wasn't sure. That's a pretty cool idea. What did the cards cost? Were they expensive? I'm not even sure. I'm trying to think at my LCS. I don't know if they even had them or mentioned them. Oh, that's interesting. That's definitely an interesting marketing ploy, I guess, right? Will is here. Good morning, Vogs. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, the Wonder Woman, the whole I don't know, the story just didn't grab me right away when I read the issue. I think I read issues 1 and 2. But I know a lot of people really enjoy it, and it does look like we're getting I think I saw a future cover for Absolute Batman, and there was Batman, and Absolute Wonder Woman on the cover. So I'm wondering if we're crossing over at some point. All right. That's not bad for the cards. $10. If you're actually getting a full story and all right, Canadian well, this is 12 bucks Canadian. So interesting. And I wonder too if it was like a limited, did they print them like whatever the number, I don't know how well Ice Cream Man sells, but if say it sells 20,000 copies a month, I wonder if they printed 20,000 copies of the cards, kind of expecting that the people that picked up the book would pick up the cards or hmm, interesting. I'll have to ask my LCS owner if they actually even got them in. I don't remember seeing them because usually he has all of the new books up for the week on the wall, obviously, and then any like second prints and things he has kind of laid out on a table near the new books. And I don't remember seeing any of the cards, so I'll have to ask and see if they actually got them in. My LCS owner sometimes doesn't order some of the extra things like that. He's a big like A cover type. I mean, he orders variant covers, but he always orders heavy on the A covers. Um, oh yeah, okay, right. Ice Cream Man. Um, who was it? Nate? Did Hall Yeah Comics interview the artist for Ice Cream Man? I think it was Nate who interviewed the Nate and Hagen who had interviewed the artist for that series. So interesting. Oh, Flat Earth Center's going to be on. Very nice. I think that's kind of everything that we had today. The shout outs, definitely go check out those channels. We shouted out AWO Comics. Check out Roscoe and Phil, Drawn to You, Monday nights at 8:30 p.m. Eastern. You've got the amazing Spidey Slabs new channel. We'll be doing a live stream on November 29th, Saturday night, the 29th. So definitely go check that out. And then check out Mr. McGroovy, a new channel that's just a couple videos in. So definitely go get in early on them. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. And you know, like I said, mentioning Mark Spears, definitely go check out MJ Comics interview from the Friday of Comics Curing Cancer weekend with him. That was just a great interview. Mark, really a lot, I gained a lot of respect for Mark. You know, obviously his work ethic and grinding and getting to this point finally, and now kind of being all over the place, but just very humble family guy, right? Definitely got to go check out that interview if you haven't seen that. Um, but yeah, wrapping up. Like I said, yeah, CBC award. All of the winners. Just I said it earlier, but I'll say it again. Trophies. Hopefully by this Friday, which is the 14th, I'll get them all shipped out, and I'll definitely be in touch. With tracking information, that kind of thing. Yeah, no worries, no worries. Don't ever worry or get upset if somebody can't make a stream. A lot of content to watch. I always appreciate you guys hanging out with me Saturday morning. So yeah, go check out Roscoe. Good to have him back on the Monday night lineup. But yeah, trying to think what else we got. But yeah, this is kind of going to be the last live stream for me this year on the Saturday morning spot. We'll be back next year, but going to be hanging out with Spidey Slabs at the end of November. I think I'll be hanging out with Anachronic Comics at some point. His schedule's been a little all over the place, but we usually do a monthly stream over there. I'm part of that team now too, so I'll be around, and obviously in chats and hanging out as well. We just taking a little bit break from the Saturday morning live stream for me until the new year, and kind of figure out how we're going to go forward with things in the new year. So, but I'll be around. But yeah, that's what I got for you today. Let's see. We got to leave you. I still got all the CBC awards clips loaded up. I got to find, there it is. There it is. But have a great weekend. Appreciate you guys hanging out with me, and we'll see you around YouTube.